So that is one possibility. Another one is that perhaps what you have done could be settled, could be resolved with money. Perhaps the harm or the shame that you have gained, perhaps that will be settled with money, and that will be okay. Everybody will accept that. They say, that is good enough, and so perhaps you would be able to reinstate yourself with the money. Perhaps,
Okay.
on the other hand, there is a farm some distance away, and the farmer is a great person, and the farmer's wife is a great person, and their children are, two adorable children, and they desperately need the money, or else they are going to lose their farm. As you can see, the reasons just of this kind, there are hundreds of possible reasons, and so what you choose will also tell you and us a lot about you, which is good. Remember, the players know this, but the characters don't.
Yeah. I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the money to support the rebellion
Yes.
against my father. The
Right.
rebels, like an
Right. The rebels are
uprising
still
against.
there. You were cast out, but the rebels are still there. Yes.
The rebels need my money to
Right.
kind.
Right.
They.
So
I'm.
you're still pissed off about your father. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone else?
I'm going to use my money to try to get a new start.
Okay. Okay. Probably some
So,
distance away. Yes, I see.
yes, somewhere where nobody knows me,
Right.
but within Japan.
Right. Right. Because everybody else is a barbarian, of course. Yes.
Yeah, basically, if I killed in a rage, I'm probably not really happy about it myself, so I would try to start anew somewhere else where nobody knows me.
Got it. Max?
I think I just need fast cash to build my own, to build to try to build up this group again. Maybe try to.
You are still determined. You have not given up your dream. Okay, that's important. Nathan, how about you?
I will use the money to try to buy back my statue.
Okay. Okay. So, in other words, even though you failed in that mission, the people who threw you out, they need money. So maybe they will call it all. It's all in the past. It's all in the past, right? If the money is that a good way to interpret that?
No, I was more thinking that for me, money is probably not the most important thing.
Right.
I just see it as a mean to go back to what I have lost in the process.
Okay,
so,
but what you have lost is more than money. It is status. It is trust and things.
But
so yeah,
I see the quest as a way to get that back, and the money to have the monetary mean
right,
to do it.
Okay, so perhaps this could be something. This mission is something that you can succeed at doing, unlike the last one.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense, and the money is like a symbol of that in some ways. Yeah. Okay. So we are finished with character creation. You will notice that there is no difference in your character's numbers in terms of your abilities. Those are all the same, and that there's some issue, of course, with names. And there's a nice section in there about characters' names. And so I will simply let you come up with the name yourself from the material in the book. Of course, it is up to you to see if your dark fate, that's what they are called, the dark fates. You can look at your reason for needing the money, your reason for being a Ronin, and it may, to you, be creating quite a nice little package with your dark fate. It may or it may not. We will not know until we play and see how things proceed. And looking for. I'm kind of surprised that there's no little section. Maybe
146.
Yeah. It's in the back.
134.
Yes. There is a fairly common section on titles and names. For example, if you are addressing somebody in certain ways, then there are things you put after their name, like sama or dono or kun. There's all kinds of them, and so there's lots of little titles. Sometimes people use the title instead of a name. To use the name is a little bit intimate. You typically refer to somebody just as, for example, Gozen is a title for women of a high status. So if one of your characters is a woman, the others might call them Gozen, like lady in a formal sense, because you would not just use their name. You don't use other people's names directly until you are very familiar with them, and you would still probably put the title at the end. There's lists of family names, given names, and for men and women. And it would be interesting, for example, the standard is for you to use your family name and your given name, and a person would use your family name and a title to talk to you. But you are Ronin. Some of you have lost your family name forever. You have thrown it away. And so you would only use your given name. Some of you may even just use a nickname, like a Japanese word. Some of you may only accept the title with no name. That's all up to you. So that section is in the book, and so when we begin play, you can introduce yourself with how you want your character to be called by the rest of them. So somebody might simply just say, finds the Japanese name for dog, and you will just say, I am the dog. And that is it. Everybody's like, oh, that guy's obviously really pissed off, or he's really like hunted by everyone, and so he doesn't use his name. Or someone else might give your full family name, your full given name, and a title. So you're like, that's who I was, and that's who I still am. You address me by my proper title. So it is the way that you deal with your name that also gives a strong characterization for you at this time. So that's the rule for that. You do not have to be an expert on Japanese medieval, and this is sort of it's a little bit like many things. It's like Westerns, and it is like the stories of European knighthood. The literary version and the cinematic version is extremely inaccurate. So don't worry about the actual historical period. You will be surprised and sad if you, because all of the romantic and literary samurai things are all made up. So
Literature that is made up.
Oh yes.
That's
nuts. Crazy talk. I know.
Yeah, crazy. I have a name and my name is, I am referred to by other as Takachi.
Mm-hmm.
But my actual name, I am from the Ono family, Takachi Ono. But I don't.
That's Ono Tagachi, family name first.
Okay, right. So I Ono Tagachi, but I don't use that.
Right.
I'm not. I don't want to be.
Right.
I don't want to be a part of the Ono. I don't want, if someone recognizes me as the Ono, I will, but simply deny it. So.
Right. Okay. So Tagachi. So you don't have to pick that now. It's kind of fun to decide what you want for that. So you can do that for next time if you want. So this is the Mountain Witch. We will begin. I will, when we meet next time. And I think that learning the dice and the resolution is extremely fast. The rules for helping and trust are also extremely fast. So and the rules for damage are detailed and horrible. So you can look forward to that as well. So that will also be involved. You also, for people who have played Primetime Adventures, you will recognize the importance sometimes of how you describe a success. And if you want, you can also use trust to buy the right to describe the success. So that's another piece of this. Sometimes you will find that to be extremely important in play. You might not want or like the way that I would describe the situation. And so you may want to take that. In Primetime Adventures, that is established by a random factor. In Trollbabe, it is assigned through a different kind of mechanic. And then in the Mountain Witch, it is something that you actually have to expend trust to. Everybody, thank you so much. It's
Thank you.
to seeing you.
Thanks.
Nathan, nice
See
to
you
meet you.
next week.
Welcome
Nice to
to
meet
Spelens Hoos. Okay.
Yes, welcome. Thanks that you trusted me.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.